ice skating, for all its grace, is a brutal sport.
No! Oh! I've never seen anything like that in this sport.
What are some of the most incredible comeback stories for figure skating in the past Olympics? Let's take a look.
Figure skating.
Top 6
Incredible Olympic comeback stories.
Is to watch.
Number 6.
We have seen quad revolutions happening in the men's and ladies' singles in recent years, but we don't see many pair skaters attempting quadruple jumps. You might ask why? It's because the scores rewarded simply are not worth the risk. In the 2002 Winter Olympics, the Chinese pairs Shenxue and Hongbo Zhao landed the quad self. Sorry, they fell afterwards and it's not ratified.
Here it is.
Yeah! She had it for 4 feet!
Wow. The quad throw Salchow. It's never been done before.
Since then, there seems to be a race among them to be the first to land this Ultra C element in the next Olympics. Going into the 2006 Games, another Chinese pair, Dan Zhang and Hao Zhang, landed the quad throw sal in their national games. No pairs had yet to land this quad in any international competition at this point, so they decided to attempt it again in Torino 2006 in a hope to get the gold that made history in the process. Then, this happened.
The #1 Chinese team in the world this year.
Technically the best pair in the world.
Dan Zhang and Hao Zhang. They did it. And they did it with courage.
Stunning.
What a comeback. Look at this. 0-1. They've won the silver medal.
Amazing. Amazing.
Very, very well done.
Ironically, it was Tiffany Weiss and Derek Trent from the US who landed the first throw quad sal in the international competition at the 2007 Cup of France.
Wow, there it is! The first time in international competition.
Tiffany Weiss, Derek Trent.
Being the first pair team to land a throw quadruple Salchow.
And it wasn't until 11 years later, in 2018, for Megan Duhamel and Eric Radford of Canada to land this historic quad in the Olympic Games. Hands down, sometimes, it's this one jump that makes and breaks a skater, which brings us into
Number 5.
Mao Asada is well known for her trademark triple axel. She was the first junior lady to land this extremely difficult jump back in 2004. In the 2010 Winter Olympics, she landed 3 triple axels in one competition. It's a Guinness World Record for the most triple axels performed by a female skater in a competition. Even though she had lost her consistency for the triple axel as she grew older, she didn't want to give up on this jump heading into the 2014 Games, because she dreams about landing all 6 types of triple jumps in a competition. Sounds familiar?
If I can, maybe. One day, I want to add for the old quad with the music. You know, like Axel, flip, lats, and loop, salchow. If I can, I don't know. It's my dream.
Well, I guess this is the dream of every skating challenger. These are the skaters who aren't just competing for the medals, but because they love skating so much. Then, this happened.
Here's a skater we expected to see among the leaders, Mao Asada of Japan, the silver medalist from Vancouver, who finds herself in 16th place. All of Japan must have been crushed by that short program where she was failed by her trademark, the triple axel.
And it just never happened from the very beginning. It looked like she was going to pull it out, but when her boots collide like this, that means she's not in the right rotation position, comes down a little short, and she just couldn't hang on to that edge, and it cost her the entire rest of the program.
Well, after she won silver in the Olympics, she defeated Yoona Kim to win the World Championship that year, but then in December 2011 lost her mother and comes to Sochi and has a disastrous short program.
Her journey these past 7 years has not been an easy one. And once again, she plans to open with that triple axel. She never gave up.
There it is!
And then she followed up with an extraordinarily difficult triple flip, triple loop.
Great combination, triple flip into triple loop. She's completely retooled her jumping technique. She's gone back to the basics because she wanted more consistency and the
skating community and her Japanese fans have adored her.
Extraordinary.
This is how she's been skating in practice. She's so much more than a jumper. And you'll see her passion come through in this final footwork sequence. She's so beloved for this reason, because she's given her heart every single time she stepped on the ice.
That was fantastic. How courageous, how devastated she was after that short program. To know this is her last Olympic Games, to know she's completely out of the competition and she throws a free program down like that is just, it says everything you need to know about her.
What a comeback.
Number 4.
Here's the 18-year-old from Salt Lake City, Utah.
Skating next, and representing United States of America, Nathan Chen.
And then the short program yesterday, they're the lowest scores that we have seen in his
He is currently
career.
in 13th place.
Ouch.
So disappointing. Look at that technical score.
13th place.
That's an incredible shock.
For those who have just tuned in to watch him here, they're thinking, what's all the hype?
And Nathan Chen doesn't have the experience to build in that kind of a situation.
It's just a lot of pressure. Lack of experience to handle these nerves.
Both short programs were probably the worst programs I've done my entire competitive career. You know, I'd never been in that position before. I was so low in the ranking.
Barely holds on to that quad toe. He just looks so tentative, nervous. You could see it in his eyes. Here's that triple axel. He always has so many issues with that.
This is about redemption.
He's got something
Get
to
this
prove.
party started, Nathan.
Here we go. Here was number 2, went for the quad flip.
Quad flip, double toe.
He was fighting for each one. He kept calm.
Second quad flip attempt.
Still rotated. That will only affect the grade of execution.
A beautiful quad toe, triple toe loop there in the second half.
Quad toe, triple toe.
Oh, number 5. It's almost redundant at this point.
It was so great. And another quad toe.
So far, he's done 5 quads. Will he add another?
This is number 6.
Yes!
Oh! Are you kidding me? Incredible.
He's superhuman.
Whoa.
Just going around and just popping off these quads for fun. It's the first time that somebody's done 5 quads at the Olympics, let alone 6. This is why he was a gold medal favorite coming into this Olympic Games.
Breaking records, setting standards, changing his sport. The real Nathan Chen just showed up at the Olympics.
Nathan quad.
You think this is about a quad? I've been skating for 5,840 days. That's over 30 determination, grit, or perseverance.
Number 3.
Break at the Olympics. Number Torino, home country, one of the favorites. She comes in 9th.
Hate going sideways like this. She had no chance of landing that combination.
Undoubtedly disappointed with her performance.
She was 16th in 2010.
Adesso non mi ricordo neanche più quante volte sono caduta. Pensavo ai miei genitori a casa che hanno fatto tanti sacrifici. È stato un brutto periodo.
And thought she would hang it up. She said, I thought I was done, but it was just the love of skating that kept me going. And she's in Sochi. She's in 3rd, but basically sharing the lead. And
Exquisite that I've ever seen. A clean, long program. Now watch her bring this home.
From teenage heartbreak to veteran ecstasy in one program. Top 3.
La risposta era semplice, perché mi piace.
Number 2.
On the ice, Aljona Savchenko and Bruno Massot.
Aljona Savchenko had a lot to prove at this Olympics, not giving up on that gold medal dream that she's had for so long.
By now, most skating fans would know about the inspiring story of Aljona Savchenko, the skater who went for 5 Olympics and finally got the gold in the 2018 Games after over 20 years of hard work. But what you might not realize was, they almost lost it. They were sitting in 4th after the short program.
They were the gold medal favorites coming in here with the Chinese and that devastating skate in the short program. And that mistake has cost them.
Aljona Savchenko, 34 years old.
The quest for gold is not over for them. They said this morning, it's not the end. We won't give up to the very, very last second. It was perfect. They worked their entire lives for these very last 4 minutes. This is how you handle Olympic pressure. Fearless.
At the end of this long journey, in her 5th Olympics, Aljona Savchenko wins a gold medal. This time with Bruno Massot.
In 5 Olympics, and now you reach this dream.
Number 1.
First guy out there is the guy who won it the last time around. Already an Olympic champion. That injury November 9th.
どうですか。しかしやっぱり怪我をして焦ったり不安に感じたり、こう当然あったでしょう。
苦しかったですけど、痛いなこれ。痛いやつ。
痛い見ると痛い。ごめんなさいね。
焦りはありました。特に、滑り始めて、でジャンプがなかなか痛みでできないっていう時に、痛み止めを飲む決断をしたんですけれども、その後がやっぱり焦りはありましたね。やはりそれからの期間がとても短かったので。
Questionable came back and answered some of the questions coming off that injury. The reigning Olympic champ, Yuzuru Hanyu.
So it begins, opening with a quad sal. Stunning. Here is the triple axel. He got a perfect score on this. So well deserved. It was like nothing to him. Here comes a quad toe, triple toe.
And that the quad toe, triple toe, arms over the head for the triple toe, really going after that GOA.
Terry, think about this. He has just started training again. He was only doing his triple axel for 3 weeks and quads for 2 weeks.
This is human from another planet. Hard worker. We have a lot of respect for him. He was injured. He come back stronger. I am so happy he's continuing. This is something special. He's special.
怪我が思ったよりもひどくて、練習がなかなかできなくて、それでもなんとかスケーターとしてできることをいろいろ探って頑張ってきたんですけど、勝ちについてどうかって言われたらどうかわかんないけれども、でもとにかくI really love to skate. I really love to perform. I'm never feeling like a champion. I'm always challenger. 人間としての人生と考えたらなんか変だなとは思ってます。